Hey guys, today we are going to be customizing this SDCS Sisquede. This is a very interesting design, having a lot of things happening on its backpack, its big gun, and the mono eye that's not usual for the kits that I have built so far. It is also that same mono eye which I will be modifying into a visor instead by using another SDCS spare piece for the eye part. So this was a mere refitting of the flat eye visor thingy part from another SDCS kit, which I am adapting into the eye part of the Sisquid. I had to add this peg at the back to stop it from moving. But even with this visor type design, I am not going to be painting any eyes, or I'm not going to be detailing any eyes, but instead it's just going to be a plain visor. The next modification that I have for this is simply to add a GN drive from an SDEX kit into the back, because I want this Sisquid to instead be a Sisquid that is operated or built in the Anno Domini or the Gundam 00 universe. I had also actually considered removing the wing parts from the back, or even moving them to a different part of the body of the kit, but later on I just decided to return them to the back together with the GN drive, because I think the design works somehow. It could be odd for me to say, but I think that this shoulder armor actually looks like a foot, and I am going to lean on that with modifying these parts as the foot. And I'm using the SD Zeta cross silhouette shoulders to replace them. This shoulder armor modification actually sort of feels okay with the kit, so I decided to go ahead and do that. And on to modifying the shoulders, or the former shoulders, as feet. First, I'm filling it up with putty to add a little bit more sort of rigidity, and I'm going to add these silhouette booster parts as an additional platform for the slot or the female tube for the ball joint to place on. And I'm also adding a few more scrap pieces from my pile to add more interesting details onto this area. If you'll notice, those two pieces are actually the end of the Ethernet cable, and also some trimmings from an IBO kit. The last bit that I am modifying will be the gun, and it's a simple modification of just adding a few parts to make it more interesting and to make the design make a little more sense, at least for me. And by modifications that make a little more sense, it's basically just adding a few more parts to look like scopes. I also tried to consider modifying the handle part, but I realized it's not going to be cohesive with the design, and it's going to be problematic overall, so I didn't pursue that. Now, for the life of me, I can't find my videos for the painting of these kits, especially the airbrush and the rest of my hand painting for this, so I'm just sharing whatever clips that have survived for it. Most of the hand painting that I did that you'll see here is basically just adding detail colors or just breaking the monotony of the airbrush colors that I placed on each part. Lastly, I decided to go the sort of extra mile and put some decals on this. I actually also decided later on to weather the whole kit, but I also can't find the weathering videos for that, so maybe I'll just share with you on a different video or a different project. Now for these decals, these are actually Celestial Being decals, and I also borrowed from some Universal Century generic water slide markings. Now I think I shared last year a part of this project wherein I rage quit the water slide decals because the first time that I tried putting it, the decal actually got ruined and I got a little bit frustrated. But after that initial um, challenge, I was able to move forward and go ahead with the rest of the decals that I placed for the kit. It was after the water slide application that I decided to weather the kit with some light scratches on the edges and a few, sort of wear out damage. And since I'm almost done with this project with the video clips, I'm also sharing or telling you here that this is actually supposed to be my entry for the SD contest of Mecha Pinoy in 2024. Unfortunately, because of some schedule conflicts, I was not able to bring my kit, and I also was not able to make arrangements for someone to be able to bring it on my behalf. Regardless, this was an enjoyable project and I'm actually happy with how I was able to pull it off, because when I started painting I was actually a bit apprehensive if I can pull off the color scheme, because this was also inspired by the Dynames with its colors. But I was not confident at first on the placements of the color, so yeah, overall I'm happy with how I was able to sort of make it work out, that the colors didn't look weird on where they were, and I'm really happy with this project. With the decal set and all my thoughts for this kit done and said, let's go and take a look at the final result. So let me know what you think of this project. And if you reach the end of this video, thank you very much for your support, for watching, and for commenting and liking. And as always, keep moving, keep building.